15 kg bar. Clips, 15 pounds. Oops. 25 pounds. £25. 15 clips. One more time. 15 kg bar. Calories set at 0. I'm going to show at the end because I'm in a tight space here.
I thought that this was it, family, everything.
It's one large system or figure out any of that kind of stuff. But we review past qualifying spots, and we also review a certain number of top scores for every event. There's a lot of overlap in those, but I mean, what I can tell you is that every single person that qualified for semifinals has had all of their videos looked at.
Looked at, not judged, looked at. Inside knowledge on the review team tells me that there are a couple of the videos there where they just make sure that they play, they scrub through it, make sure you're not doing anything crazy, and then you're on your way. That's what you're getting for your $50. That is, even if they did that, because they said that they only do a couple of people after the cut line, that everybody who was at the cut line at least had looked at. Context clues are important when you're listening to these sorts of videos. Remember the pistols of last year where everyone and their brother was getting a penalty for not standing up all the way? Hip and knee extension was lacking. A lot of the cases it was the case, and some of them you're looking at and you go, wait a minute, I think that that's okay, but they're being very scrutinous, and that's the way it goes. This year, if I had to bet, it was workouts number 1 with the front squat, and potentially workout number 4 with the V sit-ups. Number 2, there was a handful of deductions along the lines of counting on the crossover single unders. But that was interesting. I don't agree with it.
Which athlete, tell me, that you think had the scores that was fit enough but didn't get in because of some error in the review process? And if that actually exists, I'd just like to see it because that would help us to improve our processes. But I can tell you, in the years of staring at leaderboards, for me, it's difficult to see a specific instance where, like, oh man, this athlete 100% should have qualified for semifinals and would have had been found, fifth or whatever it was. So,
It's as if we did all of the last year workout 3 shows that there are fine athletes on that side of North America that we're getting in semi-final. Just going to dip on that. This year, we had a bit of go. That's exactly what we're doing. So the
here's the line. People start trying to get up as close to those lines as possible. And like, we don't want people to play those games. Just like we talked about with all virtual competitions, like, don't try to ride the line. Make it clearly good. If you're concerned, I mean, we're really talking about like 2 people maybe that were affected because, I mean, in Pat's case, for Fit News, he took a break on the muscle up, walked over, turned his monitor on, and walked back. Would he really, can we say for sure that he would have taken less for a break on the muscle up had he not turned his monitor on? I don't know that for sure. So we can't speculate on what that would have been differently. We're certainly not going to penalize Roman because somebody else chose to not have somebody else run the monitor. There's a lot of hypothetical for it, but the problem really becomes...
In here, he mentions hypothetical, alright? He hypothetically, well, if Velner didn't walk over there to try and turn it on, is there even any world in which he gets a couple more? I mean, maybe Roman pulls harder to catch up, and well, we can't blame the end. Yes, you can! You wrote a rule. When there's a rule there, and when someone doesn't follow it, and then someone like Velner tries to follow the rule, which is don't let anyone touch your stuff because I don't want to get in trouble. He took time out of his workout, which was only 14 minutes long, where they're doing all this crap, and it's going to detract from his ability to perform work. And I get what he's saying there. Roman pressed the button too, but so did somebody else. And it's not up to you to make the sort of judgment call. If you say, don't touch the equipment, you're going to penalize Scally for having someone touch his thruster bar and moving 1 inch, and then it moves back. It's the exact same thing as if someone touches a rowing monitor, regardless of whether or not Roman touched it. Roman touched it, he touched it. The bar rolls away, it's right back to where it started. The hypotheticalisms don't matter. And then we have a pair of compression shorts left, and then we're naked.
But here's the other...
Let's switch it again.
It's time for me to get set up for therapy, and I use this room as my office, but the desk is over here, and so when I'm seated at the desk, this is the background. I have my therapy session, which is virtual, and I find myself looking really forward to it nowadays because I found a therapist I really like. I had to switch it for you guys until I found someone that I loved, but now I look forward to it. So, gonna hop on that, and I will catch up with y'all in like 30 to 45 minutes. Let's talk about therapy. I've been using BetterHelp for the last 3-ish months. More accessible and affordable for people, I think, is pretty necessary. I have loved how easy it is to schedule. I mentioned at the beginning of this vlog that I went through 3 therapists until I found one that really stuck and clicked for me. And I think that's normal. Therapists are people. We are people. We have to communicate in ways. And they made it so easy to get a new therapist and see which one fit for me. You go online and you kind of like say what you're looking for. Also, like, I prefer male, female, I prefer faith-based or not, all these types of things. And they have over 20,000 therapists online. And so you have access to stuff that you might not otherwise be able to meet with in your immediate area. And something else that I super appreciate is that each week I go in and I schedule my time slot for the next week. And I can also chat if I have a really good therapist. Megan, she's awesome. I love her. Over 3 million people have used BetterHelp. And so if that's something you're looking for, and if it's like, I'm going to try a couple therapists until I see which one fits, this is the way I recommend doing it. For me, it's fit into my life really well, and it's helped me. So thank you to BetterHelp.
But here's the other thing, right, guys? Like, we don't want to live in a world where the movie stands documents are 50 pages long every week because we have to line out. You're allowed to do this. You're allowed to do this. People aren't reading them anyway.
People aren't reading them. Anyway, okay. We're sitting here butt naked because people aren't reading them anyway, and the freaking CrossFit dude just admitted it right there. How can you do that? I hope no one walks in here. I hope no one's reading the rules. Thanks, Mr. Super Online Judge Man. Thanks, frankly.
You guys read the penalty document this year. How many athletes didn't know how to stand up in a squat? I mean, it couldn't be more clear. Here's what the topic looks like. You make yourself look like the picture. The rest is good.
They made it look like the picture! Like the V sit-ups. Oh, make it look like the V sit-ups. And again, it's the exact same thing. You're going to punish Velner. Hypothetically. Well, how can we assume? Well, you're punishing Velner because he wouldn't turn it on because there's a rule that says you can't do it. Someone touches the freaking Roman screen. Now we're talking about the V sit up. This is where he loses it. He loses his freaking mind on the backpack. I'm sitting here, but thanks to Mr. Dave Eubanks, hypothetically, thanks to Dave Eubanks, he says in the beginning that he wishes he could have given that person a major penalty, but the board is going to give him a slap on the wrist, and the board like, we'll look out in the future. But the only reason people are missing front squats is because you've been so lenient for so long. If you continue to be lenient and you let people do stuff and get away with stuff, then it's worse. And this is your captain. Your captain is allowing things to get worse. Why is it that no one knows how to do a front squat? Why is it that there's no fear in the penalty system? Why is it that he can say it looked like the picture on a front squat, but then when you say you need to do that, everyone who's doing a V sit-up is then being rewarded for touching their shoelaces with their feet apart? To the tune of a 15% penalty is anything for the fact that their knees came up a little bit too early. I'm losing my mind. Because he says one thing and then he says another thing, and this is the leader.
We're not trying to fight some games where I look at the 15th page of the second paragraph and be like, oh, look, you forgot there's a comma there. That's where we got to now. We give you penalty. That's not what we're trying to do.
Then take out the comma. There should be no comma. If you put a comma in there, and the comma that I'm talking about here is leaving